Graffiti. By definition, it means to write, draw, scribble, or spray on a wall or any other surface in a public place.
Activated.
I don't feel like graffiti is a crime. Yet again, there's some people out there who think selling drugs isn't a crime either. But what makes graffiti different from any other fine art is the culture behind it. The freedom to say whatever you want without physically hurting anyone. You don't have to be a thug or a gangster to do graffiti.
My name is Kevin Schmitz. I grew up in a military family. My dad spent 20 years in the Navy. In high school, I spent 4 years in Army JROTC. I'm conservative and a Protestant Lutheran.
So what are your opinions on graffiti?
I honestly feel like there are two types of graffiti. One is gang-related graffiti, and the other is art. I don't care much for the gang-related, but people like Banksy, what they do I think is okay and should be left up, and it shouldn't be illegal.
So speaking of that, what do you think about the people who do graffiti?
I don't know much about them because I can't really, look them up or anything because they're all in hiding because graffiti is illegal. But I think they're alright. I don't have any problems with them.
Since I was a kid, I looked up to the people who did graffiti. In my eyes, I thought they were the best artists in the world.
My artist name is Mortar, from Buffalo, New York.
So how did you get your street artist name?
My grandfather was in the military. He used to do a lot of artwork. He was really good in my opinion. Of course, I'm a little biased towards that, but during the war, Vietnam, he lost his arm to a mortar.
What do you look for before you tag an area?
I look around, look at the landscape, I look at the area that I'm working with, my audience, who's it going to be. But mainly when I look at a wall, I see an art board. I see something that I can project my views onto.
How do you think people look at graffiti artists?
It's not an easy question. There's two ways we can go about it. We can call it vandalism, we can call it art. And to be honest, it's both. I can't deny you that it's not both. It really depends how you look at it. It takes common sense to judge. I mean, that's really what it is. Vandalism and art, they come together sometimes. And in this case, there are graffiti that I can view as art, and there's some I can view as vandalism as a graffiti artist. And I think that vandalism is things such as tagging, such as gang-related incidents, and sometimes they do a good job, but it's not the right image. It's not, who am I to say what image? However, in the opinion of the law, that is vandalism. You're representing an image of murder, of hate, of disgusting actions at times. But when it comes to artwork, yeah, sure, you're painting on something that isn't yours, but most people aren't going to complain if you're doing something that can view from an audience where they don't have to walk into a museum, they don't have to pay for this, and they can see it almost any time and enjoy it. Maybe they can think about it, see what they want to think of it. And that's really what the artwork is to get you thinking. It's not about me.
I think one of the sad things about American graffiti is that it's so apolitical.
Yeah.
I mean, we travel around the world, and especially in South America and Central America, the graffiti is much more politically oriented. And so, yeah, I think it's just sad that American graffiti is so apolitical because it could do more to spread political messages.
I feel like the new graffiti movement needs to be portrayed as more of a fine art rather than just some regular old graffiti. It doesn't deserve to be painted over by the people who just want it off the walls. I'll agree with you and say that some graffiti isn't the best. Like this. Or that. Or whatever that is. But honestly, if you want to help keep the vandalism rate down, it's a good idea to start making walls dedicated to graffiti. Why can't we do it locally? It would save us time and money. People are starting to believe that graffiti is the biggest subculture movement since punk. Unlike punk, graffiti has been here for centuries, and I don't think it's gonna go away anytime soon.
If it's just for